So something that I started doing, I think it was around mid-December of last year, is keeping kind of like a journal of my journey of healing, just like the process day to day. And it's really interesting to just kind of like reflect on what it is that I've been through, what it is that I'm experiencing now, and where it is that I feel I'm going. This journey of healing has been very interesting for me in many ways. And I know that in order to create the absolute best future that I can for myself, I have to be congruent. And this parallels what I was, talking about in terms of focusing on feeling, right? Um, Focusing on feeling is so important because if you feel something and you don't act in congruency with that feeling, so say for instance, if you feel that something is not right and you don't act in congruency with the feeling that it's not right, there's a good chance that something that's even worse is going to happen because you're not acting on the feeling. And that's a problem because you're responsible for your life. You're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for really sitting with that feeling and understanding what it means for you. But it's interesting too because the amount of people that are in relationships that are dysfunctional, that are unhealthy, that are actually on a consistent basis being gaslit, right? Their very reality is being denied. It can be much more challenging for these people to sit with and believe their feelings because there are other people in their lives telling them that whatever it is that they're feeling or experiencing is invalid. That's not helpful for anybody. And that's also a lot more challenging. That makes it a lot more challenging to sit with and trust your feelings. Because if someone's telling you that your feelings are not real or that they're not valid, then you're going to have a hard time making better decisions for yourself. Because if the feeling comes up of, red alert, this is not right, there's something wrong here, I feel uncomfortable, what's going on? If someone goes to you and tells you, you don't need to do that, or it's not that bad, or, whatever it is, invalidation, gaslighting, it's not beneficial, and it leads the person to trust themselves even less. Not only trust themselves even less, but actually give into more of dysfunctional and unhealthy behavior with the person that is telling them these things. For whatever reason, we give into these things. It's so fascinating to me. I've been told everything. I've been guilted. I've been denied my reality. Um, Everything. And it's very interesting because every single person is unique, and every single person's experience of life is going to be unique. So if someone says that this, that, and the other is uncomfortable for them, but this other person doesn't, the person that says it's uncomfortable is not lying. It's uncomfortable to them, and they're allowed to experience that, and they're allowed to say something about it, and their experience of life is valid. Um, I would say that probably this is the biggest obstacle in really trusting your feelings is when they are consistently, denied, right? Like, you it's common to hear somebody say, or it's common to hear somebody be talking about how they feel about something and then have somebody else say, it couldn't have been that bad. You're denying the reality, right? This doesn't make them feel any better. Or when you say to them, get over it, like just get over it, doesn't make them feel any better. Actually creates more of a disconnect. It makes them feel like their experience doesn't matter. It's not that important. And it is. It's 100% important. Um, in terms of feeling, we really, in my opinion, based on my experience, we need to bring our energy, our focus, our awareness, our attention back to ourselves. We need to stop giving so much power to what other people think about what it is that we experienced, or what it is that we thought about we experienced, or what it is that we felt about our experience. Nobody else can feel what it is that we felt, or that we feel, right? Empathy is real, of course, but this person is going to have a different experience from that person. And that's just the way that it works. So, in terms of feeling, what I'm even focusing on myself is if somebody else tries to downplay or, invalidate my reality, right? I'm just going to bring all of my awareness back to myself. Because it doesn't matter what they try to say about my reality. I know what I felt, I know what I experienced. If I don't like this or that, I'm not going to be convinced that this or that is worth giving a try or a second chance, If I know that I feel uncomfortable because this person said that they would do something over and over again, and they didn't do it, emotional abandonment, then I'm going to step away. And I'm not going to listen to anybody that's like, oh, come on, you should just give them just give them another chance. And you're getting involved. Why? No. Just stuff like that. If you really want to learn to trust yourself, you got to sit with your feelings. You got to understand that probably nobody else feels what you feel. We all have the capacity to feel similar emotions, right? We all have the capacity for empathy. At least I believe we do. Maybe there are some people out there that, don't. But trust in what you feel, because what you feel is trying to tell you something. And if you don't trust it, if you don't listen to it, your situation could end up worse. If you listen to people who try to convince you that your experience is invalid, you're going to learn to trust yourself less. And if you learn to trust yourself less, you're just going to continue to learn to trust yourself less. And then you're going to learn that these people somehow have authority over your thoughts and feelings. And it's just not the way that it works. Trust what you feel.